Sammo Hung is very well known and respected in the Hong Kong film industry and beyond, and has made so many movies in his long career that we decided to pick out his 10 must-see movies for you to discover. While Sammo Hung is a famous actor, he is also known for his fantastic skill at directing and choreographing action. Below are 10 great films in which he stars. We have not included the 3 Dragons films he did with Jackie Chan and Yuen Biao, and we will cover those in another video. So, in no particular order, let's start. Number 10. The Magnificent Butcher. Made in 1979, Magnificent Butcher is a traditional kung fu movie mixed with comedy, and directed by Yuen Wu-ping. Sammo plays Lam Sai-wing, also known as Butcher Wing, a disciple of the famous Wong Fei-hung, here played by the legendary Quan Tak-hing, and someone who always seems to be getting into trouble. When Butcher Wing's long-lost brother, Lam Sai-kwang, comes to town with his beautiful wife, trouble raises its ugly head when Ko Tai-hoi, played by Feng Hak-an, the son of rival kung fu master Ko, sees his wife and abducts her. Things go from bad to worse when he rapes and kills her. When Butcher Wing is framed for the murder by the rival clan, he must track down the real murderer and fight to clear his name. But to be good enough to defeat Master Ko, he must train under the original drunken master, Beggar So. There are enough well-choreographed fight sequences in this film to keep any fan happy, and Sammo and director Yuen Wu-ping work well together. A great supporting cast, including Lee Hoi-san as Master Ho, together with trademark training sequences, makes this a true classic. Keep a lookout for the spectacular fight between Yuen Biao and Lam Ching-ying, students from the rival schools. The choreography is truly sublime. Number 9. Millionaire's Express. Also known as Shanghai Express, this is a fun-filled action comedy with a fantastic cast and a non-stop action fight finale. Sammo Hung plays a lovable rogue who teams up with an incorruptible sheriff, played by Yuen Biao, to save their hometown from certain destruction by diverting a train full of rich passengers to the village. While much of the first half is spent on comedy, it builds to a tense final 20 minutes with Sammo taking on Cynthia Rothrock. Watch out for his superb Bruce Lee impression. Yuen Biao fights Dick Wei, as well as 3 Japanese fighters played by Huang Jiang Li, Yasuaki Kurata, and Yukari Oshima. Look out for an amazing stunt from Yuen Biao as he jumps from a flaming high-rise building. Made with a big budget and a box office hit, this is a must-see for any Sammo fan. Number 8. Enter the Fat Dragon. There were many Bruce Lee imitators after his tragic death, but one of the few that knew the man and made a respectable and comedic homage was Sammo Hung. Enter the Fat Dragon is about Ah Lung, a pig farmer and a devoted fan of Bruce Lee. He is sent to the city to earn a living working at his uncle's restaurant, but soon finds trouble with a local gang boss and his thugs. Some great action in this one, especially when he is an extra on a Bruce Lee lookalike movie set and dismantles the lead actor with ease. Low budget for sure, but a nice fun tribute to the little dragon. Sammo also does a great Bruce Lee impersonation in another later movie, Skinny Tiger Fatty Dragon, which is well worth seeking out. Number 7. SBL. In this brilliant action movie, also known as Killzone, Donnie Yen plays a headstrong cop who intends to bring down the head gang boss, played by Sammo Hung, to justice, with all means at his disposal. In this film, there are some nice family background details to the mob boss. He is not just an evil tyrant, but when it comes to protecting his empire, he will stop at nothing, but it all ends with tragic consequences. While Donnie Yen is the star, look out for his fight in an alley with Wu Jing. Sammo commands attention, and his final battle with Donnie is exciting as well as hard-hitting. Directed by Wilson Yip, this is one of the best cop thrillers to come out of Hong Kong. Number 6. My Beloved Bodyguard. Made in 2016, this was Sammo's first directorial feature since 1997's Once Upon a Time in China and America and is one of his best later efforts. Sammo plays Ding, an ex-army officer and bodyguard who is retired and living in the suburbs. He discovers he has the early signs of dementia and tries his hardest to battle the condition. His neighbor's young daughter, Cherry, sees him as the grandfather she never knew, and the two form a bond and friendship. When her father, played by Andy Lau, gets involved with some crooks after stealing a case of precious jewelry, Ding must rediscover his martial arts skills to deal with the gangsters. It's not just the bone-breaking action that makes this movie stand out, but Sammo's sad, touching, and magnificent performance as someone dealing with dementia. This is more of a drama than an action film, but when the fighting does start, it is superbly shot and choreographed for maximum effect. Number 5. Pantyhos Hero. A rarely seen Sammo Hung vehicle, which concerns the gay community in Hong Kong, who are being stalked by a series of murders. Sammo and his partner, played by Alan Tam, must pretend to be gay to infiltrate the community and catch the killers. Not politically correct at all, it is a film of its time, but the saving grace is the amazing fight action throughout the movie. Sure, some of the comedy may make you cringe, but when Sammo and his stunt team get to work, it is amazing to watch. Look out for an extremely painful car stunt and a very brutal battle in the confines of a kitchen. Hard to find but well worth seeking out. Number 4. Odd Couple. Some fans call this the ultimate weapons film, and it's hard to argue, as Sammo and co-star Lau Kar-wing show their superb skills with sword and spear. The film is about two masters of the martial arts, one an expert with a spear, the other with a sword. They meet every 10 years to test their skills, but it always ends in a draw. They both decide to take on a new student and teach them so they can continue the rivalry. When an old adversary turns up seeking vengeance, masters and students will have to use their combined skills to survive. A nice touch is that Sammo Hung and Lau Kar-wing play dual roles as both masters and students. Some of the broad comedy might put some off, but when the action starts, it is complex, intricate, and breathtaking, and shows the real skill of all those involved. Number 3. Encounter of the Spooky Kind. A fantastic mix of action, comedy, and horror, Encounter of the Spooky Kind mixes all three perfectly. It created a whole new subgenre of Asian cinema, the Jiangshi film, which went on to produce films such as the classic Mr. Vampire and many others. Sammo plays Courageous Chung, a man well known in his local village for his lack of fear. He is soon put to the test after he is tricked into spending the night in a temple full of spirits, zombies, and vampires. He also gets framed for the murder of his wife and uses the skills of another priest to clear his name. As well as some great and funny horror segments, the film also has, as you would expect, some superb action set pieces. Sammo is incredibly watchable with a mix of awkward charm and his incredible acrobatic abilities. One of the highlights is the finale, where Sammo gets possessed by various spirits and fights in their style. A fun and very rewatchable movie. Number 2. Eastern Condors. You can find a more comprehensive review of this Sammo Hung masterpiece elsewhere on the channel, but this is without doubt one of his finest achievements, and the ultimate martial arts/war epic. This starts with a bunch of Chinese-American prisoners being drafted on a suicide mission into the heart of Vietnam during the war. But with double crossings and spies in the camp, it is almost impossible to complete their task, to find the hidden missile base and destroy it. Full-impact fight scenes, gory violence, and a fantastic supporting cast make this a must-see for any action fan. A slim Sammo, together with co-star Yuen Biao, go all out in the jungle to get the job done. There are plenty of gun battles and you get an evil Vietnamese leader, played with glee by Yuen while stealing the show. Number 1. Pedcap Driver. Lo Tung, played by Sammo Hung, is a pedicab driver in 1930s Macau. Tung's friend, played by Max Mok, falls for the beautiful Ping, a local baker, but an evil crime boss also wants her, and after a series of tragic events, Lo Tung goes all out for vengeance. So much is going on in the film that your attention never wavers. There is a break in the story halfway through when Tung crashes his pedicab into a gambling den and ends up fighting with the den's boss, played by the legendary Shaw Brothers director Lau Kar-leung. Seeing these two masters of the screen battle it out is superb and a definite highlight. There are some great performances, especially John Sham, who plays the part of the evil crime boss and gleefully chews the scenery. The finale set in the boss's lair is brutal and superbly choreographed, and although the tone of the film shifts at times jarringly, this is one of Sammo Hung's finest achievements as a star and director.